What's going on, everybody? Welcome to the Behind the Glass Sports Podcast. You can find us on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, YouTube, Anchor, Google Podcasts, Pocket Cast, Breaker, Overcast, and Radio Public. If you'd like to follow us on Twitter, you can follow Brandon at Brandon_Stoll, and for myself at Stephen Priest Jr. We want to thank you for tuning in on this lovely Friday where Brandon and I are struggling to wake up this morning and get it going, but we're here. We're going to try and talk about some semblance of sports, even though it's getting tougher these days with absolutely nothing going on. During a pandemic. These guys. No, but we want to thank you for tuning in. Shout out to our new listener in Ireland. Thank you. Each week, it's like there's somebody new from a different area. You know what? Bots are people too. They like to listen to things. They have listening enjoyment as well. They need happiness in their life, and I'm glad we can provide it to them, even though it's kind of random, all these countries that, continue to hit play and don't really have any sort of relation to what we're talking about. But hey, whatever. I will take it. Today's show is just gonna be a hodgepodge. I'm not gonna even lie to you. It's gonna be a hodgepodge of a lot of nothing. Not nothing, just randomness. But some interesting stuff for sure. And one of them is that obviously with the Golden State Warriors, last year they lose the NBA Finals. We all know, at least I think we're all in agreement, that if Kevin Durant was healthy, Klay Thompson was healthy, that team probably beats the Raptors in five. I'd say max. I mean, at the most 6 games, but there's no way Toronto wins that series. CBS Sports put out an article today. Should the Warriors consider trading Klay Thompson? The dilemma of ending one dynasty to pursue another. Klay Thompson, for context purposes, just finished the first year of a 5-year max. So, when we consider all of that, if you're the Golden State Warriors, what would it take for you to trade Klay Thompson? Because right off the bat, it has me thinking, why would I ever trade one half of the best shooting duo in NBA history? It would have to be a major haul. I'm talking like a Giannis type of haul, really something like that, where you're getting possibly a player that could be the best player on your team, not just somebody that's going to be lower than Steph. What would have to be the scenario for them to even consider trading Klay Thompson, do you think? That's a good question. Klay is 30 at this point. He just turned 30 this year. Does that work though? Because I mean, obviously, okay, let me rephrase this. Is it is it good enough to allow them to win multiple championships? Because we saw with Kevin Durant that even though on paper, I mean, they dominated teams because they just had more talent, we saw there was times where it felt like it didn't mesh because Kevin needed the ball to be great. He's not necessarily a great that's what's so great about Steph is he's a great off-ball worker. He doesn't need the ball necessarily to dominate. Kevin is he needs the ball. James Harden loves to have the ball. He just dribbles the air out of the ball. So when you think about pairing him with a Steph, I mean, I guess if James is handling most of the ball handling and you have Steph off ball, I guess it works in that fashion without Clay. But well, yeah, I mean, I'd say they're a team that can make it to the Western Conference Finals if you bring them back as is because you forget to, I mean, you'll have Draymond back, Kevon Looney's coming back. I mean, you factor in a guy like Andrew Wiggins who kind of plays that Harrison Barnes role that Harrison was the first stint around. Yeah. Yeah, and that's what I'm saying. I think they're a team because now the focal point, it goes back to the 2 guys back there who can just they're inevitable. They just shoot the lights out. And that's what I'm looking at right now. So, I mean, Clay just turned 30 this year. He just finished the first year of a 5-year max. Steph is 32. He'll be 33 next March. And then Draymond is 30. He will be 31 next March. So, I mean, these guys they're in their prime, but I mean, they're inching out. They're getting out. I would I would say the shooting will stay, but his ability to kind of break guys down, his agility, his acceleration, that'll probably slowly start to dissipate, and I think you'll see more as he gets older. He'll be even more off ball. Clay, I think he'll be fine. Clay will be fine. I mean, he might slow down a little bit defensively, but we know Clay's just I mean, he's a shooter. He's mainly a spot up shooter. He's gotten a little bit better at shooting off ball or with the ball, off the dribble, I should say. But and Draymond, I mean, Draymond's a guy who he's never been overly athletic. He's just energy. So I mean, I guess whenever he just doesn't have the same amount of energy, then that's when you see Draymond kind of go down. But the more I read this CBS Sports article, the more I see this is the scenario that they're bringing up is for Giannis. I mean, they mention guys like Joel Embiid or Bradley Beal as possible targets. Hear me out though. If you're Milwaukee and Giannis comes to you similar to how Paul George did with Indiana, and he says, you know what, I don't want to be here, but I'm letting you know now. That way you can find a trade partner. And you look at Golden State, they have the draft picks, and if they package that with a guy like Clay Thompson and say maybe a guy like Andrew Wiggins or somebody like that, a second tier player, Draymond Green, I don't know, and you can get Giannis back. If I'm Milwaukee, I mean, yes, I'm getting the lower end prime Clay Thompson and whoever else, a second tier player or it's Draymond. I don't know. I think I mean, that's probably about as good as you can do right there because right. Well, say it's a lottery pick, though. I mean, you get a lottery pick and you get Clay Thompson, arguably one of the best shooters ever, and, you know, when is he officially a UFA, though? That's the question. Okay. So he's got 1 more year under contract. Oh, look. Damn it, which is it? It is 2021 UFA. So he's going into the last year of his deal. Mhm. Man, talk about a really crappy time to have a going into the final year of your deal. I mean, yeah, he could do it that well. Are they gonna have the money though for that? Mhm. Yeah. Mhm. Mhm. Yeah, no, it doesn't make sense, but, I mean, I guess if Golden State is fine with going into the luxury tax too, because that's a lot of money on their books. You don't think so? I don't know. Does he? Yeah, he's too inconsistent for me, though. I think Chris Middleton has to be a 3. Yes, no, but I mean, in the playoffs, both times, he's kinda come up short for them, though. I think Middleton is a good player. I mean, I don't think he's a top 15, 10 player. I mean, he might be a top 30 player, but I think ideally, you'd want him as, like, your 3. I mean, in the era of super teams when it's, like, 2 to 3 legitimate stars, not as currently constructed like there was in years past, no. But, there's teams that have at least 2 studs. You know, the Clippers, the Lakers, Houston. Oh, I think there's a but, he's only been in the All-Star game once, though. Well, nothing, but he's a top 7 player in the league, though, top 5 player, though. That's you can't come on. You can't you're telling me so okay, you're taking the Milwaukee so you're taking Giannis and Middleton over Houston's duo, LA's the Lakers duo? Oh, no. Let's do this because I will not stand for this. Are you taking over the Lakers duo? That's a hard no. The Clippers duo? Okay, the Clippers duo? I agree. Clippers duo? Oh, stop it. No, stop. I'll see, here you go again. Oh, uh, oh, no. Uh, you think well, nothing, but he's been to more All-Star games than Chris Middleton has. Oh, okay, well, that's not his fault, though. I mean, Paul George is a legitimate star caliber player. He's a top 15 guy, top 12 guy. Oh, but he's like a seven-time All-Star. Chris Middleton's a one-time. God. Oh my god. I don't know. Search it. I'm trying to think of other duo. I can't believe you're really gonna die on the hill of Chris Middleton. This is the hill you wanna die on. This one? Oh my goodness. What? As the main star? Oh, see, no. Okay, yeah, but he had to get through prime LeBron. You're telling me Chris Middleton's gonna get through prime LeBron? No way. No way. No. What are you saying? Oh my okay, okay, we're gonna go I Chris Middleton of all people. This is shocking to me. I did not see this coming. I did not see this. Okay, you're telling me okay, so you're taking him you said it was a push with the Clippers duo? That's that's, no. One of these guys is a two-time Finals MVP, and one of them. I'm not taking Giannis right now over Kawhi Leonard. I can't do that. I just can't do that. Because Giannis is still limited. He's still at the point in his career where he's limited. Kawhi is not. Kawhi Kawhi is a both end player. I'm not saying Giannis isn't great, but at the end of the day, if you get to the playoffs, how are teams going to play Giannis? Shoot the ball because he hasn't developed that fully yet to where it's a threat enough. It's like young LeBron. Kawhi, you can't say, "Hey Kawhi, shoot the ball," because he'll knock it down in your face, but he can also get by you and dunk on you, and then he'll go on the other end and take it from you. You cannot you can't take Giannis over Kawhi right now. Maybe in the future, sure, I could see that, but right now, no. That's no. No. What other duos? I can't Chris Middleton, I cannot believe you. I What is Chris Middleton averaging? He's probably like a 19. I mean, that's good numbers, but that's not like second star, like perennial all-star numbers. Ay, ay, ay. I mean, last year he was averaging 28. I mean, this year he's averaging 21, 22 the year before last, 20, 24, 23. Mhm. All right. Here's the duos we're gonna go through. Actually, a lot of teams have solid like star duos in the NBA. Boston, are you taking him over? Let's say it's Kemba and Jason Tatum. Are you taking Milwaukee's? You'd probably take Milwaukee's. I, he's really good. He has potential to be a star for sure. But I think he's too young. When healthy. I mean, okay, Kevin Durant's in the East, Kyrie Irving's in the East, Pascal Siakam's in the East, Joel Embiid's in the East, Bradley Beal. You're taking Jimmy Butler's in the East. You know who the second best player in the East is? Is Giannis, behind Kevin Durant when he's healthy. That's who the second best player in the East. Kyrie Irving? What? This guy's won the finals already. Oh, what has Jason Tatum done? He's been in the league like 3 years. You're basing it off of potential. This is not for the future, it's for right now. Right now. Was hurt. He's probably hurt. Victor Oladipo's in the East? Maybe. I think it's a conversation, you can make an argument for both. I like Jason Tatum, but he's not like, he's yeah, it's a hair over Chris Middleton. So, I mean, some context here. If he was putting up like 25 to 28, then we'd have a conversation. But all right, well, let's go through the duos though. Let's see how many duos you'd actually take Giannis, who's the mega star, and Chris Middleton, who's a- like he'd be the ideal sixth man on a championship team. Are you taking Jason Tatum over Trey Young? Oh, that's good. That's really good. That's really good. That's really good. February is also when the NBA goes to sleep as a whole and everybody takes it off and you know, but I'm just saying it's the month of the All-Star break and everybody's just kind of lollygagging until we get to about the end of March. Just- okay, let's go through these duos. So you're taking them over Boston's duo, Giannis and Chris Middleton. Okay. Healthy Kevin Durant and healthy Kyrie Irving. You're taking him over them? That's a no. This should be a no. You you guess. You guess? Kevin Durant is a full step above Giannis, in my opinion. Okay, I'll give you that, but I'll give you that. Well, yeah, Kyrie's he's like part robot. I mean, everything on him has been hurt and probably operated on, but I mean, if he's healthy, okay, but I'm telling you, okay, if they're healthy, if they're fully healthy at their peaks, okay, there we go. Uh, yeah. Okay, let's not act like Kevin Durant's like injury prone here. I mean, he's only had two. He's Well, I mean, he's had the Achilles, and I know he had the foot thing in OKC, but what did he have in Golden State? With what though? Probably boredom. I mean, he just sat out because he was bored of killing people by 70 every night. Oh. I mean, but how much of that is like load management type rest though? Yeah, you get a bionic one and you come back stronger. So the point is, you said you would take him, so I'm going with that. New York Knicks, the concession stand guy and the security guy. Yeah, 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 that's what we're doing. All right, the Knicks duo. Knicks duo, concession stand worker and the security guy. Are you taking them over those guys? Because those guys are tough. Okay. Philadelphia. See, I think I would too. I think Ben Simmons is overrated. I mean, I get it. He's an all-star, but I mean, the guy's a liability. I mean, you cannot be a point guard and shoot 50% from the free throw line. That's just unacceptable to me. Well, yeah, okay, but it's if they're healthy. We're not bringing in the injuries. Kyle Lowry, Pascal Siakam. I'd probably take Milwaukee over them. Chicago Bulls, I mean, is there anybody that can really pair with Zach Levine? Okay. Cleveland, Kevin Love and Tristan Thompson, Colin Sexton. I don't know. Do they have a duo? I'm just going through the team. Detroit, Blake Griffin and, Andre Drummond, I think. Victor Oladipo and Sabonis. Trey Young and they don't have a 2. Charlotte, I don't even know if I can name anybody from Charlotte. Um, my okay, Jimmy Butler and who would you say? Bam Adebayo? I don't Orlando? Ugh, no. Fournier and, Aaron Gordon? You taking Fournier? Alright, Fournier? Washington, Bradley Beal, and John Wall. It feels like John Wall hasn't played in 7 years. Is John Wall ever gonna play again? Because I can't remember the last time I've seen John Wall dribble a basketball. He's gotta be in his early 30s. Okay, alright. So out of the East, you take him over pretty much everybody. Okay. Yes, second. Out of the West, healthy Clay and Steph, you're taking him over those guys? Google John Wall. Really? Still? He's in his 20s? He's been in the league for like 14 years. Wow. He came in at 17? He's played career mode for about 12 years. So, he's getting up there. Okay. I was gonna say 12 years? He spent a year. You too? At Kentucky? I don't know. Okay, Golden State. You taking him over Golden State's duo? The answer should be no. The fact that you have to think about these things is just really irritating to me because these are easy. Oh my god. Are you kidding me? Are you kidding me? You're Chris Middleton, really? This is who? Yes. So you're taking him over Golden State's duo? This is unbelievable. Oh my god. You already said that you take him over the Clippers duo, which I just find outright outrageous. You're not taking him over LA's duo, I hope, right? Phoenix, the Clay's a better player, overall player, defensively and offensively. He's better. Middleton's like a poor man's version of Clay. You know how you have your like Oreos and then you have the great value Oreos? That's Chris Middleton. He's great value. They're still good, but you don't love them like you do Oreos. I can't believe you're dying on the hill of Chris Middleton. Of all players in the NBA, I would have never expected this. Yeah, but he brings it down. It's not like it's not like Giannis and Paul George. Okay, would Giannis be better with Kyrie Irving or Chris Middleton? Would that duo be better if it was Giannis, Kyrie? Oh, see, okay, if Kyrie's healthy. Yes. Would it be better? Oh, stop it. My god. You were ridiculous. Oh my god. Okay, you're not taking him over the Lakers duo though, right? Okay. Uh, Chris Stapps and Luca. Chris Stapps and Luca. You're really? Oh, okay, so no, you're not taking Luka and Kristaps over Giannis and Middleton. Okay. Really? Luka is the best player? That's interesting. Oh, yeah, he is. I agree. He would also be a better duo with Giannis than freaking Chris Middleton would be. I'm just saying. Houston's duo. You take you're not taking Houston over. Yeah, you hate James Harden for no reason. I mean, he's only one of the best players. Okay, but then he goes down the other end and he's a walking bucket every time. He's either getting fouled or he's draining a 3 in your face, or he's assisting it to somebody. He's Him and Luka are essentially the same player. They do the same things. They play the same way. Yes, they do. They have the same sort of skill set. Oh, okay. Yeah. Be careful now. Be careful now. Why step into 18 when you can knock it down from 40? Why not? Steph When does Steph shoot a mid-range? He pulls from half court. I mean, Luka's not like a defender, though. I think James could be a solid defender if he just tried. I think it's a close one for me for Houston. I think this is the first one where I'm like, maybe, maybe." But if I had to choose, I'm going Houston because, it's I'm gonna say it's proven, even though none of those guys won a championship, but one time, one time. We don't know that yet. It hasn't been awarded yet. We don't know this. I trust Russ more than I do Chris Middleton. I'm just saying. I think by a hair, I'm choosing, Russ and James. Just by a hair. That's the first one, though, that it's close. Yeah, but he does so many other things, though. He gets triple doubles like it's nobody's business. Does Chris Middleton do that? No. No, he doesn't. When the playoffs come around, you know what he does? He goes back to the locker room and waits till the game's done. So, Memphis, you taking him over Ja Morant and, what's the other guy? What's the big's name? What what is their big's name? No, I just what is their 13 over Denver too? Jamal and Jokic? Okay. Donovan Mitchell and Rudy Gobert? That's a joke. I was just kidding. CJ and Damian? That's close. That's close. CJ and Damian's close. That's close. Because I think CJ and Damian as a duo together because there's so much of a gap between Giannis and Chris Middleton. Yes, there is. Why are you dying on this hill of Chris Middleton? No, not big. I mean, one guy's a top 15, the other guy's a top 3, top 5 player. 'Cause he You're telling me if Paul George wasn't on the Nuggets right now, they wouldn't be a title contender? And who would be the best player? It'd be Paul George. Yes. Yes. No. No. I'm not buying that. Not buying that. Because he's been the 2 on the last teams, on the last 2 teams. Because he was facilitating. He was trying to get his teammates involved. He was David West and Roy Hibbert and George Hill. Uh, okay, that's fair. That's fair. Okay, that's fair. And then he got hurt. It lingers. It's in his mind still, you know? I don't know. I don't know what to tell you. What's Chris Middleton's average said? Tough guy, huh? That's I'm not buying it. I'm not buying Chris Middleton. I like Chris Middleton. He's nice. He's a solid player. Middleton would be a great 6. When did you become a closet Bucks fan? I didn't know you were like a closet Bucks fan all of a sudden. Someone buy Chris Middleton. But I think that's it though. Sure. Okay, is it fair to say then that Paul George has more potential even though he's older? His ceiling is higher than Chris Middleton, what he could be. You know what you could get from Paul George. It's almost like Nikola Jokic. You know what he can do when he's firing. So you're telling me if you had to so if you're building a team and it's between you're on the line and you're choosing and Middleton and Paul George are right there, you're telling me you're choosing Chris Middleton over Paul George? No. No. No, you have to choose one. There's no pushing and picking a team. You can't be like, "Ah, push." You gotta choose one. Mhm. Better player. I'll give you that, but Paul George is a better all-around player. Yes. Pretty sure it's probably a typo. Uh, hmm, okay. It's weird that we got here when we were just talking about Klay Thompson, but Chris Middleton? No. Oh, I didn't know you were such a Chris Middleton fan. I'm gonna tell Aaron for your birthday, "Hey, get him a Chris Middleton jersey." That's what he wants. Very shocking. Great player. I mean, do I want him as my 1? Probably not, but over who? And who else? Oh, no. Okay, again, you have to quantify that or qualify it. Are we going future or are we going oh, see. See, now you're doing it again. Now you're doing it again. In February, when everybody's sleepwalking, Nikola Jokic is gaining weight instead of losing it still. This is I I can't well, LeBron plays his best all the time, except for against Dallas in the finals. Boom. Oof, that hurt me a little bit. Ouch. Uh, yeah. Oof. It took a turn, but you know what? You never cease to amaze me. I mean, first you want to trade Patrick Mahomes and Russell Wilson. Now you're like you're of all flags and hills to like plant and die on. Chris Middleton was not the one I thought we would be going to, but you're here for it. And who knew that Chris Middleton had a fan base of one in Denver, like just waving his flag. I mean, yeah, I mean, he's a nice like, don't get me wrong, like, I don't think he sucks, but I just don't see him as, like, a perennial all-star player like Paul George is. Okay, but how many all-star games is okay, we shouldn't use all-stars because it's like the Pro Bowl. How many all-pro or all whatever teams has Paul George made, though? That's the question here. That's Paul George. None, because he sucks. No, that's mean, he doesn't suck. Let's see. Hmm. Paul George has been to 6 All-Star games, but we're not gonna use that. He was also a most improved player. Um, he was all rookie team, second all rookie team, all defensive team, second team, all NBA, first team all defense, all NBA, second team all defense. He has 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 all league like awards, all NBAs. He has 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Uh, yes. Last year he was all NBA first team. 2017-18 was he was 3rd, 2015-16 he was 3rd, 13-14 he was 3rd, and 12-13 he was 3rd. Oh, stop. Probably his younger years. And plus, one of those years he got hurt too. Oh, I guess it was after the season, never mind. Well, he got hurt out of season, didn't he? Or right before the season? Right before the season started. So he missed a year. He got hurt in the regular season? Oh, no, he came back. He came back. Yeah, because he got hurt in that scrimmage, that blue-white scrimmage, the USA team scrimmage. All NBA, 3rd team was 12-13. That's when he did it. And then he was first team all defense the next year, all NBA third team the year in 13-14, all defensive, and then all NBA third team in 15-16, 17-18. And then last year he was first team, obviously, because he put up 28. Oh, Chris Middleton's been in 2 All-Star games. I didn't know that. Well, Paul George is still making it when he's the second best player. Or well, he's on a team with another star, though. He made it last year. I'll just add Paul George to the list of NBA players you for some reason hate. I don't know. I don't know why. It's just oh, what? He's a star. He's not a superstar. He's a star. He's a star. Chris Middleton's a solid player. Mi Middleton's on the fringe of, like, good and star player. Okay, if he's a star, he's, like, lower level star. You know what Chris Middleton is? You know what he is? He's like when you play Madden and you start Ultimate Team and you get one good like player in the 80s to start off with in the card pack. Is it flutters through and shuffles through? He's the one you get to start your team. So they're like, here's your 15, 60 overall players, and here's an 84 overall, and it's Chris Middleton. It's because he's better. Yeah, that's kind of shocking. That is kind of shocking. Well, I just um, no. The Indiana teams? That was a young Miles Turner. Oh. Monte was good on those Golden State teams, though. I think we're just gonna have to agree to disagree here because he's a great player. Brandon's gonna go search those teams out year by year now and dissect every player's year. Well, we're Yeah, not everybody was shooting 50 footers. Take that into account. I mean, LeBron was probably only averaging like 25 to 27. So, do we just agree to disagree here? Kind of like Major League Baseball should agree to disagree because anytime someone says anything positive, the other side comes out and is like, "Not true." Did you see that the other day when Rob Manfred's like, or someone tweeted? I think it was John Heyman. Major League Baseball closing in on an agreement, and MLBPA Communications is like, that's false. That there is no agreement happening here. Baseball is just not coming back, I don't think. I think they're just gonna have a lost season because now the players are like, "We thought it was 70 games." The owner's like, "I thought we agreed to 60 games." Like, are we not in a conference room talking about this? Like, or over Zoom, I guess? Yeah, at a certain point, uh, that's what I think. I mean, yeah, yeah. Let's play 7 games and go to the playoffs. No, I agree. Hmm. I don't think they should have any fans. I mean, everybody's talking about a second wave, and I if it comes, I think it's inevitable that it's gonna come. Like, did you see there's, like, a proposal for what a helmet could look like with the mask? Yeah, but I don't think they'll do that. It kinda I saw someone tweet, like, a picture side by side of that helmet and the Halo helmet for Master Chief. I mean, it's inevitable. Mhm. And other bodily fluids. Yeah, whatever else is flying around out there. I mean, guys bleed on each other, I mean, we've known that some players pee themselves out there, because 'cause they're too lazy to go to the bathroom. Mhm. That'd be an interesting adjustment, but what if you're fielding a ground ball and the runner's coming too close? How does that work? Do you have to, like, wait for him to just throw your glove at him? Now we're enabling the ability to throw the ball at players to get them out. That it Right. Yeah, I think there's a provision. I actually saw that there's a provision in the CBA that kind of helps the NFL players in case of something like this. But again, this is why I said a few months back, I get we all want sports back, but at the end of the day, I think it's just better to wait it out until we're at least somewhat ahead of this thing, and then. But even now, we're seeing with the NBA, there's still struggles. Now guys are on the fence about it. Now some guys don't wanna do it. Well, that too, but they were on a conference call recently, and I saw either I heard it or I saw it somewhere that it's been reported that a lot of guys are concerned about just being around other people in this bubble and contracting this virus, aside from, like, the protests and all that stuff too. Mhm. Yeah. Well, regardless of what happens, I'm gonna be fine, and specifically with baseball because I have a bet in place with two buffoons that we knew from college that wanted to bet me that the Rockies were gonna win the World Series. That's not gonna happen. Yes. Woo. Yeah. Crumble tweeted at us. I'm gonna get two gift certificates, Crumble, or gift cards, whatever. I'm gonna get a free box. Oh man. Oh man. Nope. They already did that and they lost. So, they already tried that. They already tried that card and they lost. Uh, so yeah, but I'm not a jersey guy though. Yeah, I'm not a big jersey guy. Hey, don't you dare. I mean, we all work in radio here. Nobody's got PS5 money. So, listen, crumble is that's about as high as you can go. I have not had a crumble cookie in like 2 months, and God, I miss it. I see their. Yeah, mhm, they're reopened, yeah. Yep, it's like Chick-fil-A. Every time you every time you want Chick-fil-A, it's a Sunday. Mhm. For those of us who don't know, or for those who are listening that don't know what crumble is, it's a cookie. I don't know if you want to call it a restaurant, a bakery, I guess, if you want to call it that, cookie store. They just sell cookies, and you got to try them. They're delicious, and they're like the size of a mini plate. Menu every week. Yeah. Oh, don't tease me. Oh yes, I follow them on Instagram. I see it every week. I just watch it. It's like that meme with Wolverine looking at the photo sadly. That's what I do as I scroll through Instagram and I see their menu. Oh, look at that. Sea salt toffee. See, try that one. Mhm, mhm. Muddy Buddy. Oh god, the chocolate cake one is good. Dude, I'm telling you, that yeah, that one's good too. Mhm. Yes, that's their new thing, which I didn't get to test the ice cream before this pandemic started. Uh-huh, uh-huh. Yep. Crumble water? They have water now? What? See, they're just bringing out new stuff I didn't even know about it. Ooh, that's fancy looking. So you can get either a single box or you can get a 4-pack. I didn't even know they had merch. See, you're telling me new things here. I mean, I've been away from it for months now, so I didn't know. Yeah, didn't even know this. I will gladly take it. And we are not sponsored by Crumble, but Crumble, if someone happens to stumble upon us, I will I would love to. We'll even change the name to the Crumble Sports Podcast. I'll do that. Uh, Either way, though, I'm fine with this bet. Why you would ever bet on the Rockies to do anything? I just don't know. See, there you go. Brandon's like a little child. He's entranced in this. He's distracted now. He's like, "Ooh, squirrel." See, that's like me. When people have food, now you've caught me in. Yeah, Steven, you want to come help us move? There'll be food. Okay, I'm coming in. I'm with you. So there's a one box like a single cookie you can buy, or there's a 4-pack, there's an 8-pack, or there's a dozen. I believe I have that right. There might be just 4 in a dozen. I don't know. You have to look. A dozen is about $32. Yeah, but I mean these cookies are literally the size of like your palm, like your hand. Well, bigger than your palm. Like they can fit in your entire hand almost. Um, yeah. See, boom, perfect, perfect gift for everybody. Crumble cookies, love it. Hmm. That's why I do it. I just get the party box because I'm fat and I love it. But, um, it's the best. I'm telling you. There's nothing like it. And people, "Oh, it's just a cookie. A cookie's a cookie." No, these cookies are, and they're so soft in the middle too. I'm pretty sure they just undercook it to make it that way. But you know what? I'll risk salmonella just to eat your cookie. Sure, why not? I love it. And I also love the bet for me. Again, why would you ever bet on the Rockies to do anything? It's like me betting on the Nuggets to win the NBA finals. I know it's not gonna happen. Why would you bet on the Rockies to do that? You're stupid. You're stupid. But hey, I'll take a win whenever I can get it. That's going to do it for today's podcast. We want to thank you guys for listening, whether you're watching on YouTube or you find us on Acre or wherever you listen to your podcast. We thank you for listening. And until Tuesday, for Brandon Stoll, I'm Stephen Priest. This has been the Behind the Glass Sports Podcast. We'll see you next time.